Bad.
the Heat, if the Heat wins, I'm going to be the only one out of us that was right.
No, you're not.
Boy, you're not even
You picked
close, boy.
Lakers Celtics. I got it on video.
What do
He
you
got it
mean?
right here on the notes.
What do you mean? I
Bro,
literally
you didn't
just
say the Heat was
said
gonna win, bro.
Lakers
No, when we
and
did the
the Heat.
practice run and we did our predictions, you said Lakers Celtics. So
Yep.
you're not right.
What?
Boy, you thought? Boy. He thought. Like, man, I'm right. No.
I picked them back in November. Boy. All right. All
right.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. What's up out there, guys? Welcome to Pod Ties. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Dylan, and these are my co-hosts, Jeff, Albert, and Kiren. This is officially our first episode. This is the perfect day to start a podcast with NBA playoffs, the NFL kicking off, our stars making it to the Stanley Cup, and MLB postseason approaching all at the same time. We went about 4 months without sports, but if you are a sports fan like we are, what a time to be alive. The three other fellas that you see on the screen are not just my co-hosts, but they are my brothers as well. Our ties go back almost 10 years. We all attended the same school, and the brotherhood formed because of our common interests and hobbies. To this day,
To this day,
we text daily, sharing our opinions on topics that interest us, and always arguing with Jeff because he's usually wrong. So why make this podcast? Because we decided to share our group chat with the rest of the world.
Oh, based on our long text exchanges, you can expect us to discuss and react to sports games, rumors, and news. We will discuss new music releases as well. And then more sports again. Also knowing Jeff, he will ask a random question that will make us go off topic. And did I mention sports?
Even with our commonalities, I can 100% guarantee we will not have the same viewpoint on topics we discuss. That is why my co-hosts and I are excited to launch Pod Ties, because you, the viewer and listener, can determine who made the best argument. Jeff has been wrong for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 consecutive years, but with your help, there is hope. One day he might be right.
Nah, man, I don't know what y'all talking about because your boy's always right. But anyways, make sure to subscribe to our channel, smash that like button, and then also hit that bell so you can be notified for every new episode that we drop on Wednesdays and Fridays. Also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Podties. Comment and give us some feedback and let us know what you would like to hear us discuss in future episodes.
Awesome. Well, we got that out the way, fellas. Yeah, please, as Jeff said, subscribe, follow us on all those different platforms, and leave comments. That'll definitely help us out since we're newbies at this. All right. Guys, are y'all ready? We put a lot of work into this, a couple practice runs, late night brainstorms. So we've invested a lot of time already. So I know I'm ready. Are you guys?
I was
Ready?
born ready.
Yes, been ready.
All right then. Let's tie
Like
down
Lord
these.
Sinner.
All right then. Let's tie down these top stories.
Oh God.
I like that. Albert, what's that face for, man? Kyron, why are you looking away?
I thought my mama called me.
Hey, your lighting's good, man. You looking nice. The lighting's good. All right. What y'all want to talk about?
How about the Cowboys and Rams?
Why that got to be the first topic?
Man, it's one of the most controversial games.
Facts.
Facts. That's our team, the Cowboys.
America's team. Better believe it. All right. Since you said that, Albert, let's get into it. So, what are your thoughts and reactions on that primetime Sunday night football game? Dun, 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 dun. How you feel about the result of the Cowboys Rams game? Let's start with you, Albert. I'm curious to know how you feel.
And what it's like an honor for football to be back. It's been a long time coming, but
Facts.
I always get that chills on my spine when I see the little robot on the screen on Sundays.
That's
It just
Fox,
reminds
man.
me. It's football. It
Yeah.
reminds me of Sundays. But yeah, the primetime game this week was the Cowboys and Rams. Big expectations for both teams. Rams moving into their new stadium. Cowboys coming into, obviously opponent stadium trying to get the first win of the season, and it didn't happen. The fourth quarter is where the Cowboys messed up by not tying it up when they had the chance to. They got cocky and decided to go for it when they were down 3, when they could have just kicked it. What were they thinking?
Oh yeah, man. We were already getting clamped up. Like, why wouldn't they just take the 3?
Clamped up.
Clamped
We're
up,
getting clamped
man.
up.
Man, clamped up, clamped up.
I wouldn't say clamped up.
Yeah.
He was out there eating.
But Rams defense, man. Other than Cooper, like none of the receivers had over like 60 yards that game. So I would say they were pretty boxed.
Okay, I could agree with that. But I will say, my boy Zeke, if you saw his stomach tat, feed him. That's what they should have been doing, even on 4th and 3. Our offensive line is depleted, right? Not the top tier offensive line that we're used to. But I feel that my boy Zeke would have done everything in all the power that he has. He would have gotten those 3 yards. I think he could have gotten 8 yards after contact. That's just he puts his head down and he'll get a few extra yards. So I think we could have converted on that 3rd down if we had handed off the ball or just some play action. I mean, Zeke, he was playing really well. Let's do something that's not so predictable. But I blame it on the refs. It wasn't anybody's fault on the Cowboys. I think that we needed to take that risk because we're so used to being conservative on 4th and 1, where we either punt it or kick a field goal, and then we missed the field goal. And I mean, also Legatron, Greg Zerline, he missed a field goal. I know it was a 53-yarder, but he probably would have missed that one too. That's been the trend during this first week. Kickers, they don't have their feet under them. I don't know if that's the term, but anyway, they don't have the kicking strength that they usually have, the accuracy. So he probably would have missed it. I agree with you, Coach McCarthy. You made the right choice. Just next time, CD Lamb, make sure you get that first down.
So let me put it to you guys like this, all right? I like the aggressiveness, but there was no need for it. Tie the game up. You still had 11 minutes or 12 minutes left in the game. Granted, Dak, I mean, they did get the ball back like twice before the game ended, and they didn't convert. But it just didn't make any sense to just kick the field goal. Just that simple. Just kick the field goal, tie the game up, and
you
then
wouldn't have been in that situation in the first place.
exactly.
No.
And you can't even try to blame the refs on that pass interference call.
It wasn't a pass interference though.
You said it was or it wasn't?
It was not. It
What?
was not. There was not for him. That
you're
last
saying it
play that
wasn't?
no, it was not.
okay.
It was not enough for them to call pass interference. That was bull.
They were both making contact, right?
Yeah, Jalen Ramsey sold that.
I mean, but the thing is that
Pretty sure I seen him in an auction block being sold.
but the thing is that Gallup, he didn't fully extend his arm, so it wasn't like a push off, but
It
he
was
did.
the chicken wing.
He it was the chicken wing.
But let me tell
He
you-
extended it a little bit. He extended it. So I get the call. I mean, but at the same time, calls even out because they did. I think it was Alden Smith. He knocked right at the interception. He knocked Jared Goff right in the face. So and that wasn't a call. So it balances out. But
Nah,
either
it
way,
doesn't balance it out. No, you do not make a call like that at an end of a game where
Bro, it
we
doesn't matter, man.
finally get a pass completion that's further than 10 yards where we could have gotten that field goal, or I think we would have scored the touchdown and we would have won it 24-20. But the
Well,
refs,
just
he
how we
just he
thought
just got
we were
the
gonna get
Google
that first
alert.
down.
He just got the Google alert that Jalen Ramsey is the highest paid CB in the game, and he was like, when he saw Jalen Ramsey make that reaction, then he was like, okay, let me throw the laundry out. Let me throw out this flag because there's no way he's going to get beat by Michael Gallup. There's no way. So let me just call an offensive PI.
Yeah,
Baloney.
Cowboys versus the Rams and the refs for week 1.
Exactly.
I mean, you
All
can try
right.
to blame it on the refs all you want, but at the end of the day, the Cowboys did have 2 more opportunities, and they went 3 and out.
Yeah.
And their defense was abysmal. It seemed like every time the Rams ran, their ground game was amazing, and the Cowboys, it was just like their offensive line was so strong that they had the Cowboys back, that their defensive linemen just backing up the whole time. It was just like they were just like, "Hey, just come back, just come back."
Yeah,
Those screenplays.
we couldn't stop them on third down. Their offensive line, once again, just like the playoff game, looked like skyscrapers against our D line, our front seven. Leighton Vander Esch goes out. Jeff and I, we were watching the game. We were like, we didn't even know he was out. That was, that was a shocker. So he's out for like 6 to 8 weeks. And really, the whole defense, they were kind of out of, they were
He's
also
out
out.
again.
But to give credit to the Cowboys defense, though, not just to bash them, when the Rams got down to the red zone, they did sit there busting that chair and only let field goals happen instead of touchdowns. So
Player of the game
credit
for
to
the
them.
Cowboys, Alden Smith, missed 5 seasons. He comes back and he already makes instant impact on the team. So that's one bright spot.
He's the Carmelo Anthony.
Oh God.
All right, so we play Atlanta. We play Atlanta next. Hopefully, going to AT&T Stadium where they will have fans. Hopefully, that helps out. Uh, let's talk about Bucks and Saints. How do you guys feel about Brady's performance with his new team after 20 years of being with New England, and just the Tampa Bay, their offense and defense, just the team as a whole? What is your reaction off of their Week 1 performance against New Orleans? Kiren.
I'm gonna say turnovers and penalties. I would say it really hurt them. I think the Saints defense was able to disrupt Brady where he had two interceptions and then they scored off of one of them. So I would say that was contributing factor to that. But it's first game. Brady is goated. I mean, he's been in the one system for 20 years. So you have to give him time. So that's what I'll say about it.
Okay. I'll let you know how I feel. You want to go?
No, you good.
I'll let you know how I feel. It was bad. The fact that he threw that ball and Mike Evans was nowhere near it. I don't know if that was miscommunication and it was Brady's fault or Mike Evans' fault. There's a lot of people that are saying Mike Evans was supposed to be there. But if you're the GOAT, you should know that he's nowhere near the area that you threw it at in that region. And that's just a pick. That's the easiest pick that anyone could ask for. So there was some questionable calls from offensive coordinator. I thought Ronald Jones looked pretty good. I would like to see Leonard Fournette. I know he didn't have a training camp really, but they should utilize him and LaShawn McCoy more. And I thought the defense played pretty well. But, no defense is going to look like a top 5 defense against Drew Brees and Alvin Kamara. Luckily for them, Michael Thomas, he only had 4 catches and he wasn't 100% because of the ankle injury. But Tom Brady, you're going to have to show me something because it looks like you're going to be watching the playoffs with us this year.
I mean, the Saints looked amazing. They had something to prove, like they always do. The Saints have been a consistent team for the last decade, honestly. Alvin Kamara came out there looking like a beast that he is. Drew Brees being consistent, the consistent quarterback that he is. That's why he's a top 3 quarterback in the league. And he made Tom Brady look like Nick Foles out there. It was
Which
like
one?
Tom who? Tom who? He looked like Tom from MySpace out there. Uh, throwing 2 interceptions. Like he thought it was just going to be easy to come from the Patriots to the Bucks, and you're playing Saints in the first week. Come on, Tom, you got to do better than that. Come on, you got enough championships to know that route that Mike Evans threw. There, like, what were you doing, man? What were you doing?
Thinking?
Mike Evans wasn't even looking. He didn't even look. That route didn't even look like there was a route that was supposed to be ran, and he just threw it. He threw it at his kneecap. I don't know what, like, they were playing hopscotch out there or something. You just kickball. So Buccaneers but their defense did look good. They look strong, but Tom Brady got to step it up week 2.
Yeah, they definitely need to step it up. The defense for Tampa looked great. I mean, Tom Brady's the GOAT. I mean, but it is that constant battle. Was it Belichick? Was it Brady? But I feel like they're a good duo. But we'll see, who's going to strive.
Belichick.
That's what it's looking like.
Defense won those championships in the 2000s.
That's true. But we're talking about Brady. So I mean, Tom Brady, I'm not going to kill him just off of one game because, of course, with these unprecedented times, I mean, there was basically like no type of offseason, no training camps, brand new team. I mean, I'm just not going to kill him over one game.
Hey,
But we'll see week 2, though.
When is Gronk supposed to show up? When is he supposed to report?
He was actually in the game.
What?
Yeah,
He
was there?
He did run over somebody, though. He did truck somebody.
I saw O.J. Howard catch a touchdown. That was all. That was the only tight end I saw in the game.
Yeah, he didn't score a touchdown, but he did get like a first down, ran somebody over.
You know who Tom Brady reminds me of this season so far?
Tell him on MySpace.
No, Shaquille O'Neal going to the Miami Heat.
You saying he's washed?
Oh, man.
I'm saying it. You gotta think about it. Shaq and Kobe, they were prime time. Tom Brady and Belichick, prime time. Tom Brady, like, hey, I need to, grow my wings. I could do better without you, and he's not doing better.
But still one.
Who's his Dwayne Wade? We got to
It's
figure
Dwayne
that out or
Wade.
what?
Whew. Yeah, they got to figure that out. It could be Gronk, but I doubt it.
Mike Evans.
If he can stay healthy.
Yeah,
Exactly.
he came off an injury.
He's like 7 feet, but he can't catch a ball over a 5'10" cornerback. Come on now, he need Johnny Manziel. That's when he was at his best. Johnny Football.
That one play was a miscommunication. That's all. Tom Brady saw one thing, Evans saw another.
Well, for Tampa Bay fans, we hope that Jeff is right. They play Carolina next week. New Orleans plays Las Vegas at that new stadium. Have y'all seen Vegas Stadium yet?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's
nice.
But that's SoFi Stadium. NBC made sure that they showed that every second because
yeah.
I mean they had the they should because $5 billion they spend every dollar the right way because that's a beautiful facility.
Yeah, Oakland, they did have a homeless problem, but they got rid of it, so they're good now. They got all the trash out of the city.
It took me a while to figure out what you were talking about. All right. Now let's get into fantasy football real quick.
Let's go.
Lion King G. Who is that? Man.
It's me, baby. Lion King on ice. J. Cole. Who? Jermaine.
A cool 160.
Oh.
So, viewers out there, just to let you know, we're in a fantasy league. It's a 10-team fantasy league, and this is week 1 results. And Lion King G is Albert, and he's in first place based off his points, 161.48. So that's pretty good. He won. Who's next? Oh, slashing like Guns N' Roses. That sounds like the future champion of the 2020 Fantasy League football. That's me, 135.5. And you got auto drafted. Is that you, Kyra?
That is I.
And then who's Team Hefe?
That's me.
Boy,
Dang,
boy, I only dropped 80 points.
points? Which one was that?
Are you still waiting on some of your players to play?
Nah, bro.
Did you go out there and play?
All right. So based off those results, how do you feel about yourself as a GM, and how do you feel about your team as a whole? Let's start with you, Jeff.
And yeah, put my stuff up, man. So
You
I'm a fan of
you
Nick
proud of
Chubb.
that?
So freaking Nick Chubb, I expected better from him since he is up and coming running back, pound for pound back, bell cow. But Odell Beckham, man, I'm about to drop his butt, man. Like he only gave me 5 points. Like, come on, man.
3 receptions, 22 yards.
Like,
That's
come on,
OBJ
dog.
for you.
Like, that's just crazy. And then I didn't really have a tight end, so I had to get someone. But I mean, Cook did pretty all right. But got Hooper off of the free agent list. He only gave me about 3.5 points. He's about to get dropped. Minnesota's defense kind of killed me. You as you can see, is -9.
He kinda.
It's because of that bad boy Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, but hopefully next week will be better. But got some work to do out here.
Hey, if you drop OBJ gonna drop that B from his name and turn it to OJ on you. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
You think so? So you saying I should keep him?
Oh man.
No, you should get rid of him, but I just wouldn't say it, on air.
80 points, man. That's not a lot of points.
I'll go next. My team did pretty well. Solid week. Kyler Murray, he showed out mainly because of his rushing yards and getting that late game rushing touchdown. He actually led his team in rushing as well. So if you have Kenyon Drake, I feel bad for you. Miles Sanders went down. He was out for the game. That hurt. Running backs, they're a huge chunk of your points. So Todd Gurley had a pretty good team debut with his hometown team, the Atlanta Falcons. Michael Thomas, he had an ankle injury, I believe, 3 receptions, 17 yards. That's not like him. DeAndre Hopkins had a heck of a game. So Cardinals played well. Ravens had a good game. So yeah, I feel pretty good about my team. I really feel even better about myself as a GM, to be honest. Albert.
Wait, but hold on. Before Albert goes, which one of y'all was it that said that y'all didn't believe in Kyler Murray? I think that was you, Dylan.
That was me. I don't believe in his arm. But I picked him over. I picked him over because I think I have Drew Brees on my bench. It's just the fact that he can run. That's going to rack up more points than someone just throwing it with their arm. I need that versatile QB that can get out of the pocket, make something happen out of nothing.
But you have Murray and you have Hopkins, who both killed it the other day. Good duo. How you not going to believe in his arm?
I think Hopkins is going to make Murray better. If Murray wins MVP, he should let Hopkins have it at his house because it won't be all because of Murray. Hopkins is that guy.
So we're gonna act like a receiver position is not a dependent position.
Well, we're waiting.
Every position depends on another position. They were talking about Tom Brady. They were talking about Tom Brady last year. Oh, his team has the most drops in the league. That's why they didn't perform well. So the QB needs the wide receiver just as much as the wideout needs the QB. It took me a while for that thought to come in, but I got it out.
But as a quarterback,
why we keep talking about my team? We need to go on to Albert's team. You see him on the screen, man. Why are you firing me up? God dang.
All right, Albert, go ahead.
We'll talk about this next episode.
Going to this season, there's only a couple players that I wanted. I wanted a good running back, a good receiver, and a great quarterback. And Russell Wilson has been a consistent quarterback for me for the last about 3 years. Before him, I had Drew Brees, but Drew Brees doesn't always get the numbers like Russ does. So Russell Wilson is always consistent for me. Derrick Henry, of course, why not? Why not? Ridley, Calvin Ridley, why not? Julia
Julio Jones.
Jones, yes.
Julio.
Julio Jones, sir.
He's always been double team. He's the star receiver. So who's left? Ridley on the other side of the ball. He's going to get the passes, going to get the touches, and he almost got me 34 points this season. I mean this week. So
Yeah, this season
I'm
you won't see
happy.
him again for the rest of the upcoming games. They're gonna lock him down.
I got one surprise that's coming up that's going to process tomorrow, and I'm dropping Devo Samuel and I'm adding Scotty Miller from the Bucks. He's going to be a good option for Tom Brady this year.
Oh, all right. Well, Kyron, let's talk about auto drafted. By the way, did you actually pick this team or did you allow the computer to pick for you?
Well, see, I let the artificial intelligence, do its thing. I picked a couple people, just Deshaun Watson, but
Okay.
but yeah, I'm like new to the whole fantasy football front. So based on my team, what do y'all think? What do y'all think? How do y'all think I did on you?
I think you
Hey,
did well.
got
Edward
more than
Hilaire.
100 points.
Yeah, Edward Hilaire. They already kind of ranked him as the fantasy football MVP. I mean, you have Christian McCaffrey, but when you have the Panthers that they may be down a lot in games, they're not going to run it as much. Now he is a person in the backfield that you can use also as a wide receiver, but I don't think he will have as many touches because they won't be winning games like the Chiefs. So you have probably one of the most valuable fantasy football players.
Yeah, I know. Mike Evans, he just got upgraded to healthy like a couple minutes or so before like the game. He obviously he didn't do as well as projected. So then I have a couple other pieces in there as well. So we'll keep monitoring. We'll see how his health. We'll see how it goes in the long run.
All right. Well, that's it for football. Let's get into basketball. We all love basketball, and we have a very, very good marquee matchup. Another Game 7 in the Western Conference, the Clippers and Nuggets. So we're gonna get into it. Nuggets Clippers. Who wins Game 7?
It's
Clippers.
What was that, Jeff?
no.
just had something in my chest, but I think a chicken nugget is stuck there.
Oh, chicken nugget. Oh, I had chicken nuggets earlier. So that means I'm going for the Nuggets. I think Denver is gonna clinch the series, go and play King James. They already won one game seven in the previous matchup against Utah. So
About two
I
of them.
think I think they could finish it. So I'm gonna go ahead and tell you who my X factor is for the Nuggets as well. I think it's gonna be MPJ, Michael Porter Jr. I mean, he's a rookie, but he's playing like a veteran, so I think he's gonna help them out. You won't have to rely on Jamal Murray trying to get his own shot or Jokic trying to create shots for other people. So I think Michael Porter Jr. is going to be the X factor and why they close this series out against the
Talks
team that
too
was
much.
supposed to be the best team on paper.
MPJ talks too much.
Sure does. But he's a rookie though.
He shouldn't be talking like that. That ain't his place.
Yeah, I mean he's learning just like D'Angelo Russell, growing
Yeah.
pains.
Hey, I'm
Nah,
gonna take the Clippers with the dub. Kawhi is coming off a championship season, obviously with a different team, but he still got that mentality. He wants that chip. So my X factor for this series is Pat Bev. Once they get this dub, and they go to the next series, his job is going to be solely locking down, key members of the Lakers, including LeBron. And, he might guard Anthony Davis out there sometimes, but, Pat Bev is definitely an X factor on this team.
Y'all hearing this guy?
You're gonna get put in the basket.
Hey,
Like Space
Anthony
Jam.
Davis is soft as whipped cream.
That's usually what happens when you're light skinned.
If y'all call it getting 30 buckets a game,
Okay,
light
that's
skin,
what I'm talking about, Kyron.
man,
Yeah.
oh, y'all crazy, man. I'm picking the Clippers though. I just think
What?
they're
Oh, you're talking about the Lakers. Never mind. I thought you agreed with me. Never mind.
Oh,
Go
no,
ahead.
no. No, I'm picking the Clippers to win this series. I
Okay.
just think their depth and defense is going to pull it out in the end. I don't think that the Nuggets will be able to, keep up with their, defensive intensity. My X factor for this series, I'm gonna go with Lou Will. I think he's gonna have to, be consistent and put up some buckets for them to to win. So.
I was waiting for a
He
joke.
just got to go back to Magic City.
I knew it was coming.
Right, somebody was about to say it.
I knew it was coming.
He got to get some of that.
He gonna do
fire
the
back.
Magic City school bus.
All right, I agree with you on the AD that statement with him, being able to just be a walking bucket. But come on, man, Lou Will, the Clippers. You were saying that Denver won't be able to keep up. Maybe not the first 3.5 quarters, but the last 5 minutes of the game when they're down by 20, they're
I
gonna
guess
come
so.
back and win it.
I guess they have to be down by 25 plus to be motivated to come back and win. I mean,
saying.
this is their third 7-game series. So,
Jokic need to lose some weight. But go ahead, Jeff.
I think they're gonna have to run out of steam sooner or later. 7-game series for 3 consecutive series.
Bro, they're too young, bro. They can do this all day.
I see.
So my pick is gonna be the Nuggets. I'm gonna go ahead and split this 2-2 out of the 4 of us. The Nuggets I think they're gonna pull it out just because they have the momentum right now, and the Clippers, they got this mentality thinking that they can just turn it on at any moment, which they do for the most part. They turn it on for the first 3 quarters, and then
This
when
boy
it comes
preaching.
when it comes to the fourth quarter, they let things get out of hand, and I think the Nuggets gonna go ahead and close the deal.
We're talking about the 2020 Nuggets, not the 2009 Nuggets here.
Big facts.
What did they do?
They went to Western Conference Finals, baby.
And how many games they win in that series?
Hey, they played against Kobe. It was Kobe. It was primetime Kobe. Kobe literally.
Who was on that team? AI or Chauncey?
Chauncey.
Oh, okay.
Chauncey was?
He was.
Yeah, it's time for them.
Yeah,
to
AI
return.
left like 2000. I don't remember, but yeah, no. Yeah.
What was Chauncey's nickname? Because whatever it was, he
Mr.
didn't.
Big Shot.
He didn't live up to it in that series. He didn't live up to it.
Nah, Kobe took that.
Yep.
Yeah, Kobe.
He said, "Not today. Not today." All right.
But my X factor is going to be every player that is not Jokic or Murray.
This boy don't know names.
They need everyone. They need everyone to step up. Everyone, just like Michael Porter said, you need to get everyone involved to beat this team.
And they in the locker room beating him.
It was a team effort.
Oh man.
Well, we know the Celtics and the Heat, they started the Eastern Conference Finals today, but we'll get into that next episode. We'll react to Game 1, possibly Game 2, depending on when we record. But let's get into final predictions. We kind of talked on it in our practice run that the public didn't get to see, but we gave our predictions, who we thought would represent the West and who we thought would represent the East in the finals this year. And let me just run through it, just so none of y'all tell any stories. Because some of us think that we picked a team that we didn't pick initially.
Yeah, it should say Lakers and the Heat up there. For some reason, I think it was a typo.
All right. So final predictions. Let's go over it. I have it written down because somebody in our practice run said, "Don't quote me." Okay, Jeff, who are you picking in the finals?
Finals.
Yeah, NBA finals.
So representing the East, I'm gonna have to say the Celtics. They don't have Big Daddy LeBron sitting over there anymore to hold them back.
You say the
So
Celtics?
yeah, they're gonna represent the East.
Okay.
Sweet, man.
Clippers win. Jeff said Lakers and Celtics. Albert,
Don't
you
quote
got?
me on that.
Oh, bro. I already done.
And I know why. Because today he tried to lie and say he picked a certain team to make it to the finals, and he didn't initially. He had another team. So I made sure I wrote it down for a reason. So, Jeff, you picked the Celtics to represent the East, not the Heat.
I did.
And you
I
picked
did.
the Lakers.
But if you go back to that video, I said
trust me, I will.
Lakers and Celtics, but don't sleep on the Heat. I said those words specifically.
No team should sleep on any team right now in the playoffs.
Exactly.
It's the playoffs, the Final Four. Well,
Nah,
not the
bro.
Final Four yet.
No one was thinking about the Miami Heat, bro. I said, hey, watch out.
They weren't even thinking about themselves.
Hey, but that shows you I was. I said, don't sleep on them, and now look at them.
I'm not
You
giving
still picked the wrong team.
I'm not giving it to you. Yeah, still an L. Anyway, this is your chance to update your predictions. Who are you picking?
Ah, man. I think it's gonna be the Lakers and the Heat.
Okay. Kyron, you picked. Well, actually, you and Albert picked the same two. Clippers and Celtics. Any one of you feeling less confident about that pick? Albert, you shaking your head? Who are you picking instead?
I'm definitely
Who are you
picking
replacing?
both teams.
Oh,
Dang. Okay.
Damn, son.
After this series with the Clippers and the Nuggets, I have no faith in the Clippers. Yeah, I mean that's going to be a good series between the Clippers and Lakers if they can, finish off the Nuggets. But after this series, it showed a lot of flaws, and the Lakers, been steamrolling. But at the same time, the Lakers didn't really have much of a challenge to them, like the Clippers will be for them. So, for the Eastern Conference Finals, I'm definitely picking the Heat to win. Celtics is a formidable team, but I think Jimmy Bucket's going to step up and lead them to the finals. But they definitely not going to win because Jimmy Bucket's, he's not that guy yet. Maybe next year, but not this year. But for the Western Conference, I'm gonna just do the Clippers and the Heat.
okay. Well, we'll come. Well, that'll resurface after tonight's game.
I'm gonna change the Celtics to the Heat. The reason I'm doing that is because I just think the Heat are on another level right now, and their intensity is there. It's like they want to win the game. They want to win, man. The Celtics I don't think they're gonna be able to get past them. I think they're too hungry for it. I think they want to get to the finals, man. So I think they're gonna pull it off.
Who was your Western Conference? Are you staying with the Clippers?
I'm staying with the Clippers.
Hey, me and Kiren on the same page.
Yeah, y'all been
The
cheating.
Lakers,
Even though
the
y'all trust the Clippers.
The two-man ball, man. The Lakers, it's not gonna work.
Y'all cheated off each other's papers both times.
The Lakers, the Lakers, it's not gonna happen, man.
Let me tell you who I think will win.
Raptors.
They won last year. I thought we were talking about last year. Who won last year? And I said the Raptors won it last year. But this year, I think in the East, Boston will make it to the finals. I still believe in Boston. Marcus Smart. I just think that I don't know. To me, I think he's an all-star next year. I think he's easily an all-star. Kemba Walker, as I said, he can get 40 points any night. I've said that before. Jason Tatum, he's Kobe-esque. They're fine. Jaylen Brown, what's that for? Anyway,
Kobe-esque?
yes,
Kobe
Kobe-esque.
He
Kobe
cold, man.
beef.
That's fine. He don't have to be Kobe Bean. He could be Kobe Beef. That's good enough. That's all you need nowadays in this NBA. But I'm picking the Celtics, so I have no choice because the Raptors, they're out of the bubble. Their bubble got popped. And I think I was going with the Clippers, but not anymore. I'm gonna go with the Nuggets. Let's go, baby. Nuggets, Nuggets and Celtics.
What?
Nuggets and
What?
Celtics, baby. The Joker is going to lead them to the promised land. Let's
Oh
go,
my God.
Celtics, baby.
That'd be the most boringest finals ever.
They're going to break records. Everyone's at home anyway.
For the most
why
boring
not?
finals in NBA.
Those ratings are going to soar mile high, baby. Nuggets
I'd
and
rather watch the
Celtics.
PGA with Charles Barkley than watch the
Oh,
Nuggets.
no.
Just like
Oh,
Charles
no.
Barkley, the Nuggets will make it to the finals. I guarantee. But I will be right.
Oh, no.
They will go
Even
down
if the Nuggets,
They will go down 3-1 in the Western Conference Finals against the Lakers, and they'll come back and win it, just like they did against the Clippers. That's my prediction. And just like they did against Utah.
They'll be gassed out by then.
Yeah, they gonna get ran out the gym.
I don't think the Nuggets can get over LeBron and the Lakers. I just don't see it.
No.
LeBron
We
wants that
got,
ring.
we got a better chance of getting a fifth player and going out there and throwing back in the Nuggets.
Oh man.
I mean, they have talent. Don't get me wrong, but I just don't think LeBron James, especially how he's playing right now, I just don't see it. They're not gonna beat them.
All right. Let's move on. Got a quick game for you. Quick reaction. You see those reactions right there? You have a heart, thumbs up, thumbs down, haha, exclamation, and question mark. I'm going to throw out some rumors, some news that has been circulating lately, and I want your reaction. So let's get into it. So Rockets eliminated in the semifinals of the Western Conference against the Lakers. Starting to get those rumors that James Harden, the era in Clutch City, may be coming to an end. How you feeling about that? What's your reaction, Jeff?
I think I don't even know who they would even try to trade James Harden to even get.
What's your reaction? You picking the thumbs down, the haha?
Yeah, thumbs down. Actually, not haha, because I think it's a joke.
That makes sense. I feel that.
Yeah, but like I just don't see it. Like, I mean, James Harden is a great player. I mean, he does play ISO ball, but it just comes down to coaching. Maybe you need to get Mike D'Antoni out of there, because the way they coach and the way that they play is just it's not gonna win you anything. That ISO ball, Westbrook was completely MIA during the playoffs. Let's just say that.
Westbrook?
Facts, yeah.
Yeah, Westbrook. He was
It's his new name.
building a whole neighborhood out there. Bricks, oh man. Like, they were treating him like Ben Simmons. They didn't want to step up, let him shoot every three.
Here, have this.
Yeah, but yeah, it's a joke, man. I don't see them trading him. If anything, get D'Antoni out of there.
You who?
The coach, D'Antoni, Mike D'Antoni.
He's out. That's another haha. He told the team he would not return on the plane ride back to Houston. So
On the plane ride? Dang.
Yeah. So that's another haha for you. His contract expired. He may be going to Philadelphia, filling in, replacing Brett Brown. So maybe.
Man.
I don't even think that's a good idea either. But whatever.
That's a whole nother story. Kyrie, what's your reaction to James Harden possibly being traded, going somewhere else?
Give it a fat thumbs down. And I say that because they need to add pieces, not subtract them. Because them boys they're not going nowhere right now. And they're going to continue not to go anywhere unless they get another piece.
Okay.
I mean, that was supposed to be Westbrook.
They need another player other than Westbrook. They don't need two ball dominant people.
I think my reaction is question mark? Who's going to take on that contract? I mean, it's one of the,
Hefty.
yeah, where he's making 30 plus million a year. Who's going to want that contract when, he's just going to dribble and not pass the ball, and he's probably going to slow down whatever progress another organization is making.
Well, maybe I'll go back to OKC.
I don't need that, man.
With Paul, you rather have Paul than Harden?
Is
Because
there a way we can?
there's not enough
Jeff?
room in the town for both of them.
Can you mute Jeff for that?
Yeah, I will mute him. You're gonna trade Russell Westbrook and James Harden back to OKC and then have KD come back too? You're muted. Anyway, so yeah, question mark. I don't know who's gonna take on that big of a contract. But Kiren, I'm gonna have to disagree with you too. Less is more.
Yeah.
If I'm Houston, I'm trading James Harden because as you see with OKC, less is more. You have Chris Paul and really good role players. And I think that you get rid of James Harden, you get rid of Russell Westbrook, you may bring in somebody else and they can make the team a lot better. Maybe not at first, but down the road. Albert, you close this one out.
I'm with you, Dylan. It's a question mark. James Harden's your centerpiece. You built around him, so he's not a role player. He's not a role player like he was in OKC. So there's no way you're trading this guy. Like Jeff said, Mike D'Antoni, he's horrible. He's an offensive mindset. That's why the Knicks were so good offensively in 2011, but the defense was garbage. So he didn't work with them. He's definitely not going to work with the Rockets. And it's shown that James Harden is a great player. He's great, during the season, but nobody's going to pick up that contract for unproven results. And, Houston has to find somebody else. They had Tyson Chandler on the bench the whole playoffs to play small ball, and it didn't get them anything. So, yeah.
Hey, that 2011 Knicks team, what you just said, when their offense was great, was that when Carmelo was out for that lengthy period of time and Jeremy Lin took over?
2011, 2012, when Melo won, his first.
I don't know. Anybody else?
His first scoring title, it was a good season for him,
Who's Melo?
Oh, Melo Ball.
Melo Ball.
Oh, you're speaking future tense. So he's going to get drafted by the Knicks. They're going to trade up, and then he's going to make that
makes a lot of
offense better.
sense.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
All right, one more for this game. Let's talk about Giannis Antetokounmpo, the Greek freak. Now he's saying, "I'm staying. I'm not going to request a trade." I don't know. He has one more year left on his contract. The team has not been able to make the finals. They made it to the conference finals last year. They were up 2-0 and couldn't seal the deal. This year they lose in the second round against the Miami Heat team, as Jeffrey said. Well, I guess I'll give you credit. They must have heard you, and that's when they stepped up their game because no one thought that they would win, and they, upset the team that was supposed to pretty much win it all. So he's saying he's not leaving, but there's a lot of rumors, a lot of GMs starting to leak stuff anonymously, and they're saying Giannis is linked to Golden State, and that may be his next destination. What's your reaction, Albert?
My reaction for this to Golden State is a thumbs up. It's just as simple. News sources don't make this stuff up. They have no credible reason to make this stuff up. In fact, they lose credibility by making this stuff up. So no player besides LeBron James that went on national TV and said, "Hey, I'm going somewhere else, taking my time to South Beach." No player has actually confirmed that, "Hey, I'm going to leave this season." Hey, no, they always say, "No, I'm committed. I'm going to stay here for the rest of my life. I see myself in a Milwaukee uniform." No, you do not. I don't see myself in a Milwaukee uniform, even if they paid me a lot of money. Nobody's staying in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. He's going to Golden State.
Kyron, you go ahead.
Okay. So I think he's gonna stay. I think he's gonna stay put. I think he's gonna stay where he's at. So him going to Golden State, I think it's a thumbs down. I think the type of player that he is, I think that he's gonna want to try to win something on his own. I mean, see what he did when he picked the All-Star team. Like, what were you doing? Like, he just gonna try to, try to build that reputation for himself. That's just not gonna happen. I mean,
You're so right.
We gotta watch a reaction video on that. That was so garbage. It was garbage.
exactly. He's gonna stay put where he's at, but he shouldn't. I mean, they should blow up the team, but it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, the way he picked that team, he may ask the Milwaukee GM to sign Carmelo to a max deal. Uh, Jeff, you go ahead.
So, the Greek Freak. Now he does have 1 year left on his contract. I think he'll stay. He may not accept the extension. I already know they're trying. He may not accept it. So he may stay for 1 more year and then hit the free agency market. I don't like the idea of him going with Golden State. Same reason I don't like the idea of KD going to Golden State. You know, being a Warriors fan, I like the core. I don't like all these extra people coming in trying to feed off our energy, but you know, it is what it is. But I think he should go somewhere else. I mean, if the GM can be a little bit better and build around him and get better pieces so they can take that next step in Milwaukee, then I think that'd be a better fit for him. And it's also good for the league. You know, have a little bit more spread out versus him jumping ship to go to a super team that's going to just end up probably dominating depending on where he goes. But I think he'll stay.
What was your reaction? I didn't want to cut you off.
That's another haha moment.
Oh, okay.
That's the funny man.
Well, I'm going to give it an exclamation. Not because I think he's going to Golden State, but because there are rumors starting to bubble. It's like a volcano starting to erupt. He's not staying in Milwaukee. That's a fact. We already know that. They just threw Golden State in there to distract all of you. The boy's coming home to Dallas, the Mavericks, baby. He's gonna play with Luka. Everybody wants to play with
like that.
Everybody wants to play with Luka Magic. KD wanted to play with Porzingis, with pre-ACL tear. The unicorn, Luka Magic. Everybody wants to play with them. It's a fact. Giannis is coming.
Dwight Howard.
Hey, actually,
That was before this era.
Hey, I want to jump on Dylan's bandwagon. I like that pick. I forgot about
Let's go.
that. I forgot about that.
MFFL.
That's where I like to see the Greek Freak. He needs to be with his other
That's 'cause-
European brethren.
Yeah.
We got him from here.
Luckily, I'm the host. You can't mute me. Anyway, this is how. All right, you're gonna see this. I'm prophetic. This is how you know that they're gonna sign Giannis. It's gonna be a few steps. They're gonna sign all of his brothers, all 8 of them, to the Dallas, to the G League team. They're gonna have. Then they're gonna have a few. They're gonna call up a few to the actual Mavs roster, and Giannis is gonna come over, and we're gonna win a few chips. It's gonna happen.
So you had me, and then you just took it way out of no, they're not about to get all his brothers. Stop it. You sound like LeVar Ball. Oh, someone's gonna draft all 3 of my boys.
He was close. He was close. If Jello wouldn't have done what he did, I won't get into that, but he would have been in the league too. All right, so that's quick reaction. Our first game of our podcast But now we're gonna get into a segment that we love. We've been saying this since we were 16. Boy, I'm on your head. This is going to be my favorite segment. I can already tell. This is our version of Shaqtin' the Fool. Come on, man. We hope that you enjoy it. And with this segment today, we're going to make fun of ourselves. We're not going to poke
Just way to
fun at
kick it
any
off.
athletes. We're going to start it off. We'll make fun of ourselves first, just to let everyone know. Don't take yourself too seriously. So we're going to show some old photos of us. We had a draw, drew some names. One co-host was assigned another co-host, so they were responsible for showing an embarrassing photo. We haven't seen him yet, so oh Lord, let's see who chose what.
Quick reaction.
Oh, this is what I chose.
Hey,
That's Albert.
fresh.
First
Fresh.
of all, boy, I'm on your head
Boy, look like he
because
about 200 pounds.
you were born to be a Cowboys fan, and for some reason, you wasted most of your childhood and young adult life being a Steelers fan, and then you tried to come back over. You're not accepted. We reject you. You're not a Cowboys fan. You tried to sneak your way over. Viewers, listeners, a few weeks ago, this boy said, yeah, Cowboys fans like us. He said something like that along those lines. I was like, wait a minute, what? Cowboys fans like who? You're not a Cowboys fan. But it was meant to
Who,
be.
what, where, how,
It
why?
was meant to be, man. You're supposed to be a Cowboys fan. And then I picked this one. I picked that one. I couldn't tell if that was you or what's the
Ooh,
Look
was
like
it-
Martin.
Icky in the brain.
Oh, when he got beat up that episode by that boxer.
By Tommy Hearns.
Boy, he looked like the
I couldn't
the
tell if
dad
that was
from Bebe's Kids.
I couldn't tell if that was you or not. But I picked it anyway. Because it's hilarious. So
Oh man,
boy, I'm on your head for that.
I hope you ain't pay for that picture.
Jeff, you had Kiren, right?
Yeah.
I'm on my own head, boy. I don't know what, boy.
I had some beats like that.
Ooh. Boy, first look at my head, boy. My head is extra large, boy. And then look, well, I don't even know what I'm throwing up. What is that? I'm not even a game.
Oh man.
That's funny. Look at that. Loud pink polo V-neck.
Your
Polo
hairline
t-shirt,
still the
polo
same.
drawers.
Look like you got that LeBron in there though. Look like you painted
Oh no, chill out.
Yeah, that Jermaine Jackson.
that toupee.
That more crispy.
Boy, I'm on your head. That's
Or got the
funny.
light skin pose though.
Oh,
Oh.
Boy, I'm
Yep.
on your head, boy. What is it? What's the
For
song,
real.
Dylan?
for
You
real,
make-
for real this time. Cause you make my earthquake. Man, that was,
Oh my god.
that was just a regular Wednesday.
You should have
That's
some, some grills.
that was just a regular Wednesday. That was my OBJ hairdo. I was just
got
going. I was going to the grocery store that day. I don't know what you're talking about.
Boy, got the bob man.
Well, I went to the grocery store and everybody roasted your butt. As soon as you hopped out the car, boy.
They probably asked him for his autograph.
They took your microphone and started roasting you. Boy.
Oh man.
Oh, that's funny.
All right.
Boy, I'm on your head.
Oh.
Yeah, Jeff.
Bro, where did you even
Yeah.
find that picture?
I'm not telling you. Look at you.
This one was my auntie's
That
house.
boy, you look like Jordan from the Bernie
Fresh.
Mac show.
Mackin. Hanging.
He does look like the nephew.
Look like Jordan from Bernie Mac show.
Yep.
Man, I
Boy
was
look
getting
like
all the
his
girls,
that boy
man.
like his album is called Everything Was the Same. Boy in the clouds. That's where Drake got his idea.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Oh,
man.
Not done yet.
Jack run me my check.
Are you not done yet?
Nope.
Got a double piece, a double pack.
Oh, I'm on your head.
Oh,
I'm
look.
on both of y'all heads.
Now see now, Albert, I'm on your head because you got the same pose I was doing. I'm circling it. Oh my! See, I don't even know what this is, but you have it on too. So you
Look
try
at
to get
that
on my head.
necklace.
I'm on
That's-
your
Look
head.
at that necklace.
That's for the Windy City because he's wearing a Chicago Bulls snapback.
Oh my gosh.
Where y'all at? What's that behind y'all?
We was at North Park.
Was that a laptop? Where you at? The Apple store?
Yep.
That's the only place y'all get Wi-Fi?
Albert had a choker on.
Heck yeah, that boy was choking the heck out of me.
Boy, Jeff, I'm on your head. Look at them frames.
He still got them on.
Oh, man.
Oh man.
That's funny. All right. Well, that was a good laugh. Those were good days. Glad I don't look like. Well, actually, my photo was great. So I don't even know what I'm talking
Fun
about.
fact.
I've been glowed up.
Fun fact about my picture that you picked.
Which one? The
I
one
was
that?
born the Cowboys.
Oh.
I was born that light skinned. My dad picked up the wrong baby, and the doctor said, "Sir, that is not your baby." He's like, "This little Mexican child is not my baby."
That's funny.
Oh man, that is crazy.
How's that possible?
It's I don't know. Back in the day, you could walk through the airport with no security. Anything was possible back then.
With no security, you walk around with security?
No, I'm saying prior to 9/11, you just walk through the gate. You're like, "Hey, what's up, man?"
I thought this
All
boy
right.
had bodyguards. I was like, what?
That's funny.
And my first ever football game was at the Cowboys Stadium in Irving, Texas.
Oh, Irving. Hey boy, how old
Yeah.
you? How old are you? This boy talking about the 70s. Oh man. Well, I enjoyed myself. Viewers, I hope you did as well. Continue to, tune in. We would love to have you again.
Get them ties strong.
As we said earlier in the podcast, please subscribe to our channel, Pod Ties. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Pod Ties. And leave comments. We need feedback just because we're new at this and we want to be able to have a show that you enjoy. So looking forward to hearing from you. Fellas, great job today. This is one down, infinite amount to go. With that said, we're out. Catch you next time. Yeah, we'll catch you Friday, actually. So you'll see us again pretty soon.
Wait. When we dropping these bangers, Dylan? What days of the week?
Oh, thank you for telling me. Thank you for asking that. Wednesday and Friday. So you get 2 episodes a week. All right? So make sure to keep an eye out for it. Till next time, we are Pod Ties. Catch you later. Peace.
Love and hair grease.
Well, I'm on your head still.
Albert said it.
What?
I remember that. What is-
He said, peace to.
Peace to you.
Hey, where'd you get that
What?
from,
Oh,
by the way?
That's from
All
what's
of
that
us.
show called? Yeah, no, was it All of Us.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah,
I
it's
thought.
all of us.
All of us. Great
I
show.
like that show.
Underrated show.
Yeah.
Did you know Will and Jada produced that?
hmm
I ain't know that.
That's the only reason people watched it. They thought Will Jada was gonna be on it.
They thought they were gonna be on it.
Will was on there like 2 episodes.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, they only had like 3 or 4 seasons. But yeah, he was on there for like 2 episodes. He was like, what's the name's friend?
All right, we're out.